Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. Y'all, this day, I got to tell you about the drama. But before we get into all that, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I can't even. Okay, so it's Friday. We are oot and a boot, which I know y'all are saying, Danielle, that's not drama. That's normal fare for us on a Friday. We are always oot and a boot on a Friday. It's what we do. I know it's what we do, but it's the way that we're doing it that's a little got me, let me tell you what happened. So Tuesday, I had an appointment for some grooming, some human grooming, if you will. Well, my human groomer texted me and said, hey, is it okay? She asked if she could reschedule me for the next day. I was like, yeah, no big deal. Because I try to be flexible. She's a single mom with a special needs kiddo, and quite frankly, y'all, she's got a life. Like, she doesn't just hang out at her house and read books and do things on the internet like some of us. So, I didn't ask questions. I was just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Well, I should have let her just go ahead and reschedule me for the next day, but it worked better for my schedule to reschedule myself. That was Tuesday. Instead of doing Wednesday, I rescheduled myself for Thursday. Well, Thursday morning, I get a desperate text from her saying, OMG, I feel like I'm gonna die. I'm so sorry, I have to reschedule you for tomorrow, which was today. Y'all, my head exploded. Now, mind you, I wasn't sick, I wasn't in danger, it wasn't threatening my income, it wasn't nothing. It was just changing my schedule, which sent me into an absolute tailspin. Unfortunately, I know better than to, okay, first of all, let me slow down. I would not respond to her in an unkind way because I'm certain she was already beating herself up because, like I'm sure I mentioned, she's a small business owner. She's a very responsible young woman, and she and I have gotten to be close over the time that I have been her client. So I know she didn't want to let me down. So I didn't respond. And I was like, there's no sense. Like, even if I had wanted to respond, there's no sense making somebody feel bad, which I didn't want to do anyway. So took a breath, thought about my schedule, and she offered to just do it at the same time, like today instead of yesterday, which would have it would have been fine, but it just would have messed up my schedule. And y'all, I am such a creature of habit, and I get ideas in my head, and once I think something is the way to do something, that's the way to do it. And I have trouble seeing alternatives. And it's not necessarily that I think that my way is the best way. It's just that that's how my brain works. And it might be, I don't know. It's crystallized thinking is what it is, that my way of thinking is, sort of fixed. And once I see a way at something, that's how I do it. So, I had my schedule for today all worked out in my head, and this was going to change that. And it sent me into a bit of a tizzy. So, I reworked my schedule. Everything's fine. It actually worked out. I don't know that it's worked out better, but it's fine. But here's the point of all that is that, and I'm not going to go into a whole big, we need to be flexible and blah, blah. I'm not going to be flexible, y'all. I am not flexible. But this, I think, is one of the reasons that I talk so much about having things on hand and having food on hand and, whatever it is that I can fit into gaps in my schedule. So if I'm teaching a class and I have a 10-minute break and then I have to teach another class, I have food on hand that I can shove into that break if I'm hungry, because I can't just sort of reroute my thinking to figure out a different way to do it. So I was thinking about when your schedules get rerouted. For instance, here's kind of what I was thinking. Well, when I'm out running around, I can just grab something, because my appointment being when it was going to put me on the road during when I would normally eat lunch. It, jacked up my workout. My breakfast was all thrown off. So I'll just grab something to eat while I'm out. Y'all, if alarm bells aren't going off in your head, then you haven't been hanging out here for very long, because me eating on the road is gonna lead to bad choices. So what I want to talk about is what kind of things can we keep about the house to throw together when things kind of fall apart, right? When your schedule goes off the rails and whatever it is that you had planned doesn't come together, and you need to just sort of throw together a meal, or you need to do something in a shorter period of time than you thought you had, or in a different time than you thought you were going to be eating. What can you put together without sabotaging your eating for the day? And I know this was kind of like a weird roundabout way to get there, but it just got me thinking, like, why do I feel like when my plans get changed, why do I feel like things are just blown up? And the intern and I wouldn't say we've struggled with this over the years, but y'all, bless his heart. He's dealt with this with me over the years, that it's just because that he's able to, like, when something changes in his schedule or in his life, he just rolls with it, and he can come up with different ways to go about things that deal with those changes in his routine or changes in his schedule. And I just can't, like, I'm about to like drive up the truck in front of me because I'm getting anxious just thinking about this. But so over the years, the intern and I have had to, sort of work out how to mesh together those different sort of, I don't know, personality characteristics, qualities, whatever, that we have, that he is able to like adjust on a dime, and I will just sit down. Like, I just shut down and he adjusts. So I know that I need to have things like pieces that I can put together when I have to adjust, because I don't adjust well and I don't do it gracefully. So I keep pieces around that I can put together, like to make a meal or to make a snack when I have to adjust my plan. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the kind of pieces that we can keep around to put together if, for instance, plans change and you end up having to throw a meal together quickly, or for more people than you thought, or for whatever it is. Or you end up eating at home when you didn't think you were going to. Or one of my biggies is, it's the end of the day, I'm exhausted, I thought I was gonna start something in the crock pot and I didn't, so I'm tired, I don't wanna mess with anything, so my options are have the intern pick something up on the way home, or put something together quickly. And again, pick something up on the way home is not gonna be healthy. Not that there aren't healthy choices that I could make, but at that point I'm not going to make healthy choices. So what can I put together quickly at the end of the day to either cook or just to eat, to keep from derailing myself? So I have a couple of stops I need to make, so let me do this, and then we'll get back to the house and we'll talk about what kind of things we can keep on hand and put together to make a meal on the fly. All right, y'all, I'm home from my runnings around. I got me some new bedroom slippers, so I'm all happy. I'm kind of, getting over my trauma from earlier. But let's talk about food. So what do we do when our eating plan for the day has been thrown off? Whether it's you run out of time to cook something you had planned to cook, you don't have some ingredients you thought you had, whatever it is, maybe your human grooming appointment gets moved, so your workout gets moved, so you can't eat at the time you thought you were going to eat, so then you got to adjust all your eatings. Whatever it is, let's talk about what we can eat based on what we have on hand that will keep us from, I don't know, sabotaging our whole day just based on our plans getting thrown off. So of course, what you do or how you adjust is going to depend on what meal you're dealing with. So let's talk about lunch. You run in the house, you need to throw together a quick lunch so that you can keep going with your day. What are some things that you can throw together for a quick lunch? Well, y'all, first of all, if you have your staples, I can't, seriously, y'all, I can't. Y'all know how I love, first of all, imitation crab meat, and I got the legs this time. So fish that's flavored to taste like crab and formed into crab leg looking things. I know, ridiculous. So these are, I think it's around 1 point per ounce for the imitation, like standard imitation crab meat. So grab some of these, or like whatever sort of formation of imitation crab meat you have. Maybe throw it together with some salad, or if you don't have the salad mix, which y'all, I don't always have salad mix anymore, but I do pretty much always keep this like pre-washed, ready to go lettuce for my sandwiches. And y'all, please, if it's not really pre-washed, don't tell me, because I just eat it straight out of the box. So if I'm eating like bugs and dirt, I don't want to know about it. But anyway, so I can take some of this and make a quick salad with my pre-washed lettuce. Maybe some, y'all know I keep these Roma tomatoes around all the time. Maybe some Roma tomatoes, I have cucumbers here somewhere. Here they are. Some cucumbers, chop those up. I have a low fat, low point buttermilk salad dressing that I make, and I was thinking I might make some today because I need to make some because mine's getting a little long in the tooth, if you know what I mean. But there are some other things that I want to make, and y'all, we don't have to make everything all in the same day. So maybe we'll make that dressing another day. We made it a while ago, which is why mine's getting a little long in the tooth. So maybe next week or week after we'll make the dressing, but just know that I do keep a homemade dressing here that, you know, I can throw together some lettuce, some tomatoes, some cucumbers. You know, I got my sliced carrots. Eat these with a protein, so either my imitation crab meat or my pre-cooked chicken, and maybe some carrot chips and hummus. We are going to make hummus today. Y'all, I'm out of hummus. I finished my hummus yesterday. So that with some hummus or some fat-free ranch dip, which we're also going to make. And y'all, you're going to see this come up a bunch in our conversation today. Remember that this is non-fat Greek yogurt. So anytime we eat this, we're eating yogurt. That's filling. So throw this on some carrots or dip your cucumbers in this, get some yogurt in your belly, and that's going to fill you up. So let me slow down. One of our lunch options is whatever protein you have with some random veg that you have in the fridge, hummus or ranch dip. That'll be a good little, even if it's just like a quick lunch to tide you over while you go pick up the kids or drop off the dog or go to your human grooming appointment or whatever it is. That'll keep you going until you can figure out your next meal. Another thing, so this is really my go-to, is make you a quick sandwich. I keep this, you can see that I use this a lot, this 45 calorie a slice bread. Now, because it's only 45 calories a slice, it's not like a heavy, thick, filling bread, but I use this with turkey and ham, like regular turkey and ham. I mean, it's light, like lean turkey and ham lunch meat. And I use my ranch dip instead of mayonnaise on my bread. Use some mustard, so these are 0 points. 2 points for the 2 slices of bread, no points for the turkey, a point for an ounce of ham. Stick my pre-washed bug and dirt-free lettuce on there. Maybe slice up a tomato and a cucumber, depending on how much time I have and how much I feel like messing with stuff. And y'all, while I'm eating that sandwich, I'll sit there and eat carrots dipped in hummus or carrots dipped in, what I really do is I dip carrots in hummus and then the ranch dip on top of the hummus. So filling. Hummus is 1 point per 2 tablespoons. The homemade hummus that we make, this is 0 points. So that's a pretty filling lunch for, I count 2 points for the bread, 1 point for the ham, 1 point for the turkey, even though turkey's no points. So that's 4 points. I count about a point for the hummus, maybe 2 points for the hummus. So that's like 6 points for a very filling lunch. So those are some options. Some other things that I keep on hand as much as I can is these little Mission Zero Net Carb Torts. I like the little ones. They're like the little like street taco sized ones. And I'll like chop up stuff, nuke this for 10 seconds, throw something in there and just eat that. These are filling but not overly so. And they're 1 point each. So I think they're 1 point each. Check me on that. But one little tort, a little bit of ranch dressing on it, and stick in some, like the chicken, really good. Or like if we made tacos for dinner the night before, especially if I made turkey tacos, so turkey meat and that homemade taco seasoning we made last week, that's I mean, it doesn't matter what taco seasoning you use, that's 0 points. So because I have it out here, I use this 99% lean ground turkey, so that's 0 points. So if I have some of this left over, I can throw that on a little bitty tort, have a couple of these for lunch, filling, low points, quick, Bob's your uncle, I'm back out the door. So I keep these, the point I was making there was that I try to keep these on hand as much as possible, but I can't always find them, and I go through them very quickly because I really, really like them. So these I make stuff like to make a quick lunch. And given my druthers, I'd rather have these than a pita, but sometimes a pita is quicker. So these flax and oat bran whole wheat Joseph's pitas. Joseph's, and the other one is that Lovin' Fresh, whatever it is, from Aldi. These are 1 point per pita. So slice it open, toast it, shove whatever you're having inside the pita. That's just 1 point for the pita instead of 2 points for bread, or like 2 points for 2 slices of bread, or 1 point per tort. Shove it full of whatever you're eating, and y'all don't drive and eat, but if you gotta drive and eat, this is an easy way to do it because like your food's all in a little package. So these I find easier to find. I can get them at Aldi, like the Lovin' Fresh ones, or Joseph's I can almost always find at Walmart. So these are another good choice. You can shove your lunch meat in there. I like these, and y'all have seen me do this. I like these with tuna. So I don't have any of my tuna stuff out here, but I will make like a little can of the water packed tuna and water, whatever it's called, tuna and spring water. Drain that, mix in some ranch dip, mustard, dill pickle relish. Mix all that up. That's all 0 points. Shove it in a pita, which is 1 point, super filling. And sometimes I will throw in, sorry, this is gonna squeak. Sometimes I'll throw in a boiled egg. Y'all, I always have boiled eggs on hand. So sometimes I'll chop up a boiled egg and mix that in with my tuna salad. Sorry. Mix that in with my tuna salad. It bulks it up, adds protein to it, makes it super filling. And definitely if you shove that in a pita, that's a great filling lunch. And it takes a little extra minute to make that tuna salad, but like for 5 minutes maybe to make the whole thing, you've got yourself a filling low point lunch. So I think those are my thoughts on lunch. A protein with a salad, or make you a sandwich. But y'all, my real like key to lunch is keeping these things on hand, either the bread or the wraps or pitas that I can just shove stuff in and eat quickly and go. So that's lunch. Dinner, on the other hand, for me anyway, is kind of a bigger deal. So I have some options here. Any of those lunch things, of course, you can do for dinner because it's just a meal at a different time of day, right? But I like to have a bigger, and I think I probably think wrong-headedly on this. I should probably be eating a bigger lunch and a smaller dinner, but I don't. I eat more for dinner. So what do we do for dinner if, again, you're in a hurry, or, which for me, dinner isn't usually the in a hurry time. It's the end of the day. I'm exhausted. I've been working all day, and I just don't want to deal with it. And the intern is on his way home, and he's trying to be helpful, and he offers to stop and pick something up, and it's just so easy to say, yes, can you grab this or that? Or, you know what, why don't we just order a pizza? Seriously? So I try to keep things on hand that are easy to throw together. Like, y'all have seen this from me 100 times. I'm not going to do it again, but I will brown ground turkey, throw in half of a container of mashed cauliflower, and then whatever veg. Like if I have broccoli in the fridge, I'll throw that in there. Usually my go-to is corn. Throw corn in there, mix it up. It's super filling. The only points are 1/2 of this container is 3 points. So 3 points for that, and I'm done. And then the intern is super easy. Like I try to cook real food for him because he'll eat anything. Like he'll eat a frozen pizza, he'll eat frozen lasagna, he'll eat whatever. So I try to do better for him. So So y'all saw these aren't the pork chops that we put up last week from, I think, Sam's or Costco. These are smaller ones, but I'll bread these, throw them in the air fryer for the intern for like 7 minutes, and feed these to him. Now, let's be clear, these would be fine for us, like on Weight Watchers, because they're lean, center-cut pork chops. I just don't eat them because it's just too much food for me. It's too filling at night, and I'm old, and I go to bed early because I wake up early in the morning. So, but I think... I'm not even gonna guess. I don't know how many points these are, but I do want to guess. I want so badly to guess. Y'all can see it on my face, but I'm not going to. But I did look them up, and there are a reasonable number of points if you want to have these for dinner. But things that I did look up that I do have around here are, I mentioned these before. I've mentioned these multiple times because I feed these to the intern all the time. These Bob Evans, that I keep calling Evan Williams, it's still not Evan Williams, it's Bob Evans mashed potatoes. Now, these are a lot of points. So this is 2 containers. I don't want to take them out of here, but it's 2 like individual bowls of mashed potatoes, which are so easy to make. You throw them in the microwave oven for 1.5 minutes, mix it up, Bob's your uncle, you got food for the intern. But if you want to feed it to yourself, I believe that one of these bowls is 7 points. Which to me is a whole lot of points because I get 23 points a day, y'all. So, but by the end of the day, I usually have like 15 points. Like come dinner time, I have like 15 points. So if I wanted one of these, and especially because I'm not going to eat it with pork chops or beef anything, what I would probably do is, just like I do with my mashed cauliflower, do some ground turkey. This would be so good. Mix ground turkey in with some mashed potatoes, throw in some corn, and the only points I'm dealing with is the 7 points for the mashed potatoes. So even if you did this with a 4 or 5 point pork chop, and y'all, especially if you get more points at more than my 23 points a day, that's really not bad if you haven't used up all your points. And even if you have, tomorrow's another day. Right? Like even if you've used up all your points and you're going to have a 15-point dinner, your points are going to start over tomorrow, and just take a walk. It'll be okay. Don't go to bed hungry. So I don't know where that just came from. Anyway, 7 points. I don't feel like that's outlandish. And especially if like you get to that point at the end of the day where you just need to make something, eat some dinner, and just be done with it. So that's 7 points for those. The mac and cheese, we talked about this before, because mac and cheese is better than mashed potatoes, it's gonna be more points. So the bowl of mac and cheese, I believe, is 10 points. And it's that same kind of thing. It's like the individual serving. But again, make it, you know what? Not even ground turkey. Make this with some chicken. I took this, look at, things are sticking. I took this straight out of my freezer to show you. Remember we have the like individualized packages of chicken breast from Sam's? That is so cold. If I'm ill prepared come dinner time, an hour before dinner time, I'll take one of these out. Y'all get ready to judge me. I will stick it in some water in the sink, let it thaw, and then I know that it's not the healthiest way, like that's violating rules of food handling, but I don't let it sit in there for long. I thaw it out, take it out, and cook it. So it's not like it's sitting in that danger zone, that temperature danger zone for terribly long. But anyway, I digress. 0 point chicken breast. What do we say for these 10 points? So 0 point chicken breast, 10 points worth of mac and cheese. Make you some broccoli or some, oh y'all, green peas. Now, some canned green peas have points. Some canned black-eyed peas have points. But you know what? They're good. Count the points, take a walk, work it off. So mac and cheese, black-eyed peas, chicken, really good dinner. And quick, right? That's the point of all of this. Y'all, I'm you can tell I haven't eaten lunch because I'm like wandering down this like primrose path. Is that even a thing? I don't know. I'm like wandering around in my head talking about yummy foods. So this is a good option to keep on hand. Of course, we keep our packaged chicken from, not Walmart. That's from, if I said Walmart before, I meant Sam's Club. So those are like the big things of chicken at Sam's Club that we buy, just section off and freeze them. So we have our 1-pound packages of chicken that when you get home, you're in a hurry, you can thaw it out and cook it. And the chicken in the oven only takes an hour, about an hour. So even if you do that, thaw this out, throw it in a pot, or like either your crock pot or in a Dutch oven in the oven. Season it a bit, throw it in the oven while you're getting everything else together. Let it cook for even like just under an hour. Take it out, shred it up, shove it in a pita, wrap it in a torte, mix in some ranch dressing and throw it on some bread to make a sandwich. Y'all, there are lots of things that we can do with just, I know you can't see what's in front of me, but with just what's here on the counter, just the things that we've talked about that we can do quickly and without ruining our points for the day or for the week. Even if you like blow it for the day, we're not blowing it for the week. So I think that's all the things that I wanted to talk about. One other thing that I keep on hand that I didn't drag out here, but we've talked about it before, was I keep those bags of flash frozen shrimp in the freezer because same like with the chicken, I can pull off a couple of shrimp, thaw them quickly and cook them. And those I can seriously be from like walking in the door to eating a dinner in 30 minutes. So those are really useful. They're not cheap, but it's really good protein. I like it and I know that I'll eat it. And I always have rice on hand. So I'll make black beans and rice, which rice is 3 points for half a cup. So half a cup of rice, a whole bunch of black beans, and any of these proteins, I'll do chicken or ground turkey, mix that in with my black beans and rice. Fill me right up, y'all, and I am in hog heaven for that. So that's it, y'all. Those are my ideas for quickie meals. Speaking of quickie meals, I need to finish up my workout so that I can eat. So let me do that. Let me work out, and then y'all notice that you didn't see any hummus from me. I do have chocolate hummus, which that's another one of my go-tos, but this is snack go-to, not really meal go-to. Chocolate hummus, y'all know I will dip fruit in chocolate hummus all the time. Now I eat like 4 bananas a day because I'm eating so much chocolate hummus, which I might probably need to back off of that a little bit. But chocolate hummus, we've made this together before, but today I want to make a regular hummus and I need to make some more ranch dip because I'm almost out. So let me go work out. Well, let me get this food put up. Let me go work out and then I'll come back and we'll make a ranch dip and a hummus because I want to eat some lunch and I need those things to go with my lunch. So y'all sit tight, let me get that going, and I'll be back.
I could always be the one you wanna call when it's cold outside. I will always be the one that's right here standing by your side. Open up your heart and let me in. I promise not to break you. I promise I'll be all that you want. So let me in my heart before. Let me in. Oh, your love explodes. Our heart implodes. Your love explodes. Our hearts
All right, y'all, my workout's done and I'm ready to wrap this up and eat lunch. So I went ahead and made my ranch dip and my hummus. Now the ranch dip, y'all know what that is. I'm not even gonna taste that on here. That's just plain fat-free Greek yogurt with powdered ranch seasoning. I just dumped this in until it looks right and tastes right. Then I dumped in some onion salt and some regular salt. I usually use onion powder, not onion salt, but I have this onion salt I'm trying to get rid of, so I used that. So I just dumped that in until it tasted good, whipped it up in the food processor, and that's good to go. But y'all, what I'm excited for is this. I made a hummus. Now this is sun-dried tomato hummus, and this time, instead of the bag of sun-dried tomatoes I usually use, I used these. I should have shown y'all before I dumped it all in there, but it was a jar of sun-dried tomatoes, and they're julienne cut, vine-ripened sun-dried tomatoes with herbs. So I dumped in 2 cans of chickpeas that I drained, and I reserved the fluid from one of the cans of chickpeas. Dumped those in there, got those mushed up a bit. I think I poured in some of the liquid, and then I put in just all of these sun-dried tomatoes. I just dumped in the whole jar, and it was in oil, so I tried to just pull out the sun-dried tomatoes without the oil, dumped it in there, let that go for a bit, and then I put in some tahini. I used about 1/4 cup of tahini, a whole lot of garlic, like a whole lot of garlic, and then lemon juice. So I let that go for a bit, like I turned it back on, let that go for a bit, and then I dumped in a whole bunch of hot sauce and salt, let that go a bit more, and we have hummus. Y'all, I'm so excited to try this. So let me grab a carrot and give it a taster. Look how good that looks. It's just pretty. So y'all, it's just good. Very flavorful, very smooth. I let it go. Now it's all in my teeth. I let it go for a while in the food processor, and it's very smooth. I heard a dude talk about the perfect hummus, that you gotta boil your canned chickpeas for like 30 minutes before you hummus them. And I keep thinking about doing that and not doing it. And I wonder if it would make it smoother, but y'all, this is really smooth. So that's it. I'm gonna go eat this sun-dried tomato hummus with my freshly made ranch dip, and I'm gonna make myself a sandwich. So y'all, those are my go-to ideas when things just kind of fall apart and I don't really have a good plan for a meal. Those are the things that I throw together. What are y'all's go-tos that you either keep on hand or that you're able to put together quickly for a meal so that you don't make bad choices? Let us know in the comments. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you made it this far, we're most definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos at the beginning of every week with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.